the name of God, the most gracious, most merciful. Let's begin our lesson for today. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. نبدأ بدرسنا لهذا اليوم. Our lesson is about the passive voice. درسنا عن passive voice المبني للمجهول. Now the first question that comes to your mind is, why do we use the passive voice? أول سؤال يتبادر للذهن، لماذا نستخدم المبني للمجهول؟ Now we use the passive voice to if we don't want to say who did the action. إذا ما نريد نقول من أدى العمل. We don't want to mention the doer of the action. لا نريد ذكر القائم بالعمل. And if we want to focus on the object, وإذا نريد التركيز على المفعول به, when we feel that the object is the most important part of the sentence, إذا شعرنا إنه المفعول به هو الجزء المهم من الجملة. Now the first tense that we are going to explain is the simple present tense in the passive voice. Now look at المضارع البسيط طبعا في صيغة المبني للمجهول. Let's write the sentence. A lot of people speak English around the world. A lot of people speak English around the world. Now, where is the subject? The subject is before the verb. So, a lot of people is the subject. The verb is speak, and then we have English, which is the object, and the rest is the complement of the sentence. الفاعل هو a lot of people, الفعل speak, English object المفعول به, and around the world is the complement وتكملة الجملة. What do we have here? We have to follow the following steps. نتبع الخطوات التالية. Number 1, omit the subject. نحذف الفاعل. Omit the subject. So where is the subject? A lot of people. Omit a lot of people. The second step is نقدم المفعول به. الخطوة الثانية نقدم المفعول به. So what is the object here? English is the object. The third step, الخطوة الثالثة هي نستعمل verb to be, am, is, or are. So English is singular, of course, so we use is. Step number 4, change the verb into past participle. نحول الفعل إلى تصريف ثالث للفعل. Okay, so we have speak will be spoken. So English is spoken. Then we'll write the complement of the sentence, which is around the world. So we have English is spoken around the world. English is spoken around the world. Another sentence is millions of tourists visit Italy and Spain. Millions of tourists visit Italy and Spain. What is the subject here? The subject is millions of tourists. All these words are before the verb, which is visit. So millions of tourists is the subject. القائم بالعمل هو millions of tourists. Then we have the verb visit, and the object is Italy and Spain. The object is Italy and Spain. The first step is that نحذف الفاعل. So omit the subject, which is millions of tourists. The second step is put the object at the beginning of your new sentence. ضع المفعول به في بداية جملتك الجديدة. So we have Italy and Spain. Now they are plural, so we have are, we use verb to be, which is are, and then change visit into visited. Italy and Spain are visited. كأنه نقول إيطاليا وإسبانيا تزار من قبل من. If we want to keep the subject, إذا أردنا الاحتفاظ بالفاعل نضعه بعد كلمة by. So Italy and Spain are visited by whom? By millions of tourists. By millions of tourists. Italy and Spain are visited by millions of tourists. Now, another sentence. Several students ask me questions every day. Several students ask me questions every day. Now, where is the subject? Where's the doer of the action? The doer of the action here is several students. This is the subject. هذا الفاعل. إذن the first step is نحذف الفاعل. حذفنا الفاعل اللي هو several students. Then use the object. Where is the object here? We have me, this is the first object, and the questions is the second one. So we have, let's begin with, or let's use me. Now, if we want to use me and we put it at the beginning of our new sentence, we have to change it into subject pronoun. لازم نحوله إلى إيش؟ إلى ضمير فاعل، لأن راح يصير فاعل لجملتي الجديدة. So we have me will be I. Me will be what? Will be I. So we have I. What about verb to be? The suitable verb to be with I is what? Is am. So I am. Change. The third step is what? We change, or the fourth step, the verb into past participle. نحول الفعل إلى تصريف ثالث للفعل. So we have ask will be asked. So I am asked questions every day. I am asked questions every day. Okay? I am asked questions every day. I can keep the subject by using what? By several of students. من قبل العديد من الطلاب. Now, what is the rule here? ما قاعدة المبني للمجهول في هذا الزمن، في زمن المضارع البسيط؟ The rule is what? We have agent. You know what do we mean by agent? Agent means نائب الفاعل. نائب الفاعل لجملتنا الجديدة اللي هو شنو؟ المفعول به اللي قدمناه بالبداية. المفعول به اللي قدمناه في بداية الجملة ليصبح agent نائب فاعل لجملتنا الجديدة. So we have agent plus. Plus what? زائدا شنو؟ زائدا verb to be. Verb to be فعل الكينونة اللي نستعمله بالمضارع البسيط هو am, is, or are. And then after them we change the verb into past participle. So after am and is and are, am, is and are, we use the past participle. If we have any complement, we use the complement. So the rule will be agent plus verb to be plus what? The past participle of the verb. Now if we have this tense in the interrogative form. You know interrogative form, it means في حالة السؤال جمل الاستفهامية. Just like, does he speak 3 languages? Does he speak 3 languages? Does he speak 3 languages? The first step, that we follow is omit does. Omit the subject, the doer of the action, which is he. Where is the object? The object is 3 languages. What can we use as verb to be with the 3 languages? Of course, because it is a plural. لأنه جمع نستخدم شنو؟ are. So, if the sentence is a statement, we use 3 languages are. So, if it is a question, put are before 3 languages. So, we have are 3 languages. Change speak into the past participle, which is spoken. Are 3 languages spoken. If we want to keep the subject, the doer of the action, which is he, so we can use by him. Are 3 languages spoken by him? Okay. Now, if we have this question, do you wash the dishes? What do we have? We want to change into question. Omit do, omit you. Use the object, which is the dishes, at the beginning of your new sentence. But because it is a question, the dishes, we use before the dishes what? Verb to be. So what is the verb that we use here? Also are, because it is a plural. So are the dishes washed? Change wash into past participle, which is washed. Are the dishes washed? So what is the rule? The rule is am or is or are plus the agent plus the past participle of the verb, any complement. If we have complement, then question mark. إذن نقدم am أو is أو are اللي هو verb to be على الagent اللي هو نائب الفاعل، ثم التصريف الثالث بالفعل، تكملة الجملة، علامة استفهام، ليصبح لدينا سؤال في حالة المبني للمجهول. Now, what about these sentences? We have people use these coins in Egypt. These coins, omit people, which is the subject. The object is these coins. They are plural. So we put them, these coins, and then are, verb to be, are. And we change use into used and the complement in Egypt. These coins are used in Egypt. إذا القاعدة تكون these coins اللي هي المفعول به قدمناه للأمام صار agent نائب فاعل. verb to be لأنه جمع استخدمنا are. حولنا الفعل use إلى تصريف ثالث الفعل used in Egypt. Then what do we have? Banks send bank statements at the end of each month. Omit banks اللي هي الفاعل، حذفوا banks. Then what about the object? The object is after the verb, so we have bank statements كشف حساب أو الكشوفات at the beginning. So we have bank statements plural, so we use are. Change send into sent. So bank statements are sent at the end of each month. Now look at the sentence. People pay back the money of loans with interest. فائدة interest. Loans بمعنى قروض. People is the subject, of course, so we have to omit it. نحذف people لأنها الفاعل. What about the object? The object is the money of loans. لاحظوا أنه المفعول به بعد الفعل قبل الجار والمجرور اللي موجود في الجملة اللي هو with interest. So what is the object here? The money of loans. المفعول به هو شنو؟ نقود القروض. we are speaking about money, so money is uncountable noun, so we use is. Money of loans is. Change pay into past participle, paid back with interest. Paid back with interest. Now, I want you to do these two sentences again by yourself and tell me about your answers in the comments. حاولوا أن تحلون هذه الجملتين مرة ثانية وكتبوها بالكومنتس بالتعليقات. Thanks a lot for your good listening. شكرا لاصغائكم.